Shalom, this is Brother Juan with GMS South Carolina. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Rakah Kadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth and sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. Today we're going to talk about how growth actually happens, accountability, all these things that you gain when the Lord allows you to learn, when He allows you to see. All right? And the reward for being faithful unto, our power. So just to touch on that a little bit, let's go to 1 Maccabees 2:50. All right, we'll start there and we'll read on down pretty much to the bottom of it. All right, so it reads, "Now therefore, my sons, be zealous for the law." Now, when you look up that word zealous, you get this, right? You get a passionate desire to get something done, or to see something through, or to have it succeed. So that's what you get when you look up that word. Okay, and it's always important to go look up the meaning of words. Oda Gabar always goes into that. Okay, be zealous for the law. And what we want to see fulfilled, is the coming of our Lord. This is a year of hastening, so we want to see this place fall. It's exciting because we know that the downfall of this place means the beginning of our kingdom. Like it says in 2 Ezra 6:9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right? So back up here, zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers. Call to remembrance the acts our fathers did in their time, so shall you receive great honor and an everlasting name. All right? Was not Abraham found faithful in temptation, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness? Joseph, in the time of his distress, kept the commandment and was made Lord of Egypt. Phinehas, our father, in being zealous and fervent, obtained the covenant of an everlasting priesthood. Yahweh Shah, for fulfilling the word, was made a judge in Israel. Caleb, for bearing witness before the congregation, received the heritage of the land. David, for being merciful, possessed the throne of an everlasting kingdom. And it goes on. So the rewards for us being faithful to our Lord far outmatch anything you could obtain in this devil's kingdom. Okay? Everything on this side is fool's gold. It brings to mind 2 Peter's, right? We look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, where we can truly live and enjoy the things that the Lord has given us. So when troublesome times come or adversity happens, you got to understand, it's to build you up, because you're getting you're getting the opportunity to conduct yourself uprightly, regardless of you being brought to a low estate. When you go to Philippians 4 and about 10, it speaks on that, right? But I want to read Proverbs 3:11 first. It reads, "My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction." So when you're going off, man, you're going to be corrected, and that can come in various forms. The Lord could allow things to happen in your life to where things get hard, and He'll have it run across your mind. Well, I went off, I did this. You know what I mean? So hey, sometimes you gotta take your whooping and you gotta keep pushing, or you learn from the situation that you're going through, whatever it may be. Sometimes the Lord will have a brother go through something, so later down the line he can mentor another brother on the same situation, on how to go about it, on how to deal with it, and that they could get through it. For me, Elder Manasseh Zakba, he's been through a lot of things that, as a young man, that I'm going through now, and he could say, hey, well, this is probably the wisest way to go about dealing with this. So sometimes it may not even be necessarily for you, it may be for somebody else, so that you can mentor somebody else. Whatever state you're brought in, man, you got to know to be content. And I might as well go get it, because that's exactly what it says in Philippians 4. People they read Philippians 4:13 and they just run with that, but they never read up above it. All right, Philippians 4, and we'll start here at we'll start at 10. "But I rejoiced in the Lord greatly, that now at last your care of me hath flourished again, wherein you were also careful, but ye lacked opportunity. All right, verse 11. Not that I speak in respect of one. So, you jump to 13. I can do all things through the Mashiach who strengthened me. It's not saying that you can go and be the first black astronaut. That's not what it's talking about. Okay? Back at 11. Not that I speak in respect of one, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am, therewith to be content. I know both how to be abased, being brought low, and I know how to be abound when you lift it up when things are going good. Everywhere and in all things, I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. Then it goes on to say, I can do all things through the Mashiach who strengtheneth me. So, trials and tribulations, you go to Ecclesiasticus 2, is a rite of passage of this walk. And, I know some brothers who have been through some stuff, man, but it's all for our benefit at the end of the day. All right? Especially if you know that you're pursuing the Lord with the whole heart and you catching hell. Count righteousness unto yourself. The same way David counted in righteousness when that Benjamite came in cursing him for Saul's sake, right? Ecclesiasticus 2:1, it reads, My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. So again, it's a rite of passage. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure. You got to have endurance in this thing. Those that don't have the endurance, who don't truly believe, and they're not in this for the right reasons, they don't have endurance, man. They don't last. The first sign of a storm, man, they blow away. All right, which is why you really have to be in this thing. So you got to check yourself. Make sure you're in this for the right reasons and count the cost. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Okay, cleave unto him, cleave unto the Lord, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. And then it goes on to say in verse 4, which is beautiful, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. And we just talked about being brought to a lower state in Philippians. Verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. And we're all auditioning for kingship. A king is an acceptable man. Okay? Let's look up that word acceptable, actually. It says worthy to be acceptable, to meet requirements. So, the men that meet the requirements of the Most High. And the Most High has the highest standard, because our standard is of righteousness, not of the world. Okay? So acceptable men are tried in the furnace of adversity. If you're auditioning for kingship, hey man, you're being tried to show that, hey man, this man is like fine gold. And the scriptures say what? A man shall be like gold in the time to come. Let me go get that really quick. It's Isaiah 13:12. It reads, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. And not just any man, a man of the Lord. Okay? And we read up above that, because what's going to be going on? Verse 11. All right, Isaiah 13:11. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. And then it goes on to say what we just read. Okay? So we're going to be exempt from this horrible destruction that's coming. Okay? We're going to escape it. We're going to be hid in the day of the Lord's anger, which is, the greatest prize in itself, salvation. Upon the many other things the Lord is going to be giving us, man. So, no doubt is the backlash, is the demonization that's going to come, or the tough times. No doubt, it's worth it. It's all going to pan out in the end, and you got to have faith and believe that you're going to be rewarded for all the sacrifices that you made. For all the troublesome times you had to endure. You got to truly believe and have faith, because somebody that don't believe ain't finna go through all this. Somebody who's not acceptable, they're not finna go through all this. They're not gonna. This is a narrow walk, man. Not many are called, but few are chosen. And Elder Gabar went into I think this past weekend at camp. He talked about currency a little bit, and whatever's few is most valuable, and there's not many men of the Lord who are doing this thing in sincerity. So if you come out of this thing and the Lord, and it's clear that the Lord is dealing with you, man, you're the highest value man, or even if you're a woman, you're the highest value woman, especially if, we're talking about the Israelites. Your highest value man or the highest value woman, that there is upon the planet Earth, man. Not only are you Israelite, but you're the cream of the crop of Israel. And that's what we're striving for. All right? So, yeah, man, just a quick lesson for you guys. About to call it a night. Had a long day today. But with that being said, I'm going to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakakadash. I'm going to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right? May the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.